How lucky can one guy be? I kissed her and she kissed me. Like the fella once said, ain't that a kick in the head? The room was completely black. I hugged her and she hugged back. Like the sailor said, quote, ain't that a hole in the boat? My head keeps spinning. I go to sleep and keep grinning.
When Desmond first asked me out, he made it very clear. He was going to be the king, and I was going to be his queen. It's the mark of a great guy. You know, he likes to dress me up, sets up my hair appointments, sends me on shopping sprees. You know, he even picked out these cute little Valentino heels I have on. He really pays attention. He says, if you've got an area of excellence, you're good at something, you're the best at something, then rich can be arranged. Rich can come fairly easy, and you know what? He's right. I mean, most guys see power and love as polar opposites.
Dessert's ready, 39!
I think for Desmond, the two fulfill each other. Power without love is reckless, and love without power is sentimental. And the best is the guy with the most. That's the whole show. The best is the guy with the most in all walks of life. But you gotta have two things to win. You gotta have brains, and you gotta have balls. Now, if you got too much of one and not enough of the other, well, you got a mess on your hands.
Elks Lodge 74, building community with a performance of good deeds. Veronica speaking.
Hey, it's me.
Mr. Brown, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Veronica, get me Silas.
Certainly. Just a moment, please, Mr. Brown. Silas, it's the boss.
Hello, Mr. Brown.
You know the time, you know the place, you know the face. Just get it done.
Okay, this is gonna get a little messy. We gotta take care of this right away.
Of course. Another mess to clean up for Mr. Brown.
Get me a line to the two New York guys.
The New York guys? Those guys cost a fortune.
Yeah, the professionals. Mr. Brown relies on professionals to get things done in a certain way. Put the word out. Get Jeremy and that kid Chris on it. You ever heard of this fucking Bayonne bone? Well, this is his son. Two-time Golden Glove middleweight champ. But this kid couldn't go pro because he has a problem making his weight.
What's up, Danny? How are you?
Jeremy, how you doing? Juice press is still out. What can I get you?
2 croissants, 2 cannolis to go, please.
All I got left is in the case. A couple coffees?
Let me get 2 black, please. Thank you, boss. Appreciate it. Have a good one, okay?
He likes his sweets too damn much. He's always down at that fucking bakery, that prick. But you know what his real weakness is? Is the broads. He likes them even more than sweets, that poor kid. He never heard of moderation. He takes orders and even shows up early for work. We've been using him for a while, and as far as Mr. Brown is concerned, this guy is A-OK with us. And then Chris. You remember his mother, Cielo? Religious as hell. Every morning, she made him kiss his rosary, say his prayers. And she'd make him a fresh squeezed OJ with the pulp. She used to bring him to the garment district for work. He learned everything he knows from card games, imbeciles, and smart people. In order to make it, he hung out in saloons, morning till night. He always had a picnic, and never had a tough time like some other people. She died of emphysema when he was 11. On a deathbed, he made a vow to God never to smoke. So he does coke instead. He says he doesn't like to put intoxicants into his body. Go figure. He still goes to confession every Tuesday at St. Bart's.
I'm with you, my love. The light shining through on you. I'll stay with you, darling, now. I'll stay with you till my seas are dried up. I've been waiting so long to be where I'm going, in the sunshine of your love.
There are other whales here, too. Killers. A lone minke whale.
Okay. About 45 minutes.
It's just what this group of killer whales are looking for.
All right.
Working as a team, as they have done for decades.
Glad you called.
And they found it. The minke races away, pursued by outriders
See you later.
on each flank.
Bye.
And then the final strike. The team dragged the minke under for the last time, and the hunters finally can feed.
Here, hold this. Thanks. What'd you get?
Well, they didn't have croissants, they didn't have cannolis, so I got you some coffee and Danish.
Did you get the OJ?
I got you some delicious coffee and I got you a Danish.
Why couldn't you get the OJ?
They're still waiting on a part over there.
Still waiting on a part. I mean, come on, man. It's the same shit every time over there.
Let me tell you, there's a line out the door over there today. Oh, you know what I forgot to ask you?
What?
Tell me about the call.
Tell you about the call. Tell me why you always gotta go to the one place in Jersey with the broken juice press.
Will you take it easy? We'll stop at the diner for a Tropicana after the coffee. I want to know, did you save the 15%?
I mean, I saved something, but I don't know if it's 15% or what. Do you remember how to drive a stick?
Chris, I remember how to drive stick. I'm doing just fine. You want me to pull over so you can drive?
No, I don't want to drive. Like, you're giving me a little motion sickness, okay? Just ease up on the clutch.
Okay. So, the question still remains. Did it take less than 15 minutes to complete the call?
No.
No, it didn't take less than 15 minutes?
Well, I didn't have my stopwatch out while I was on the phone with them. And by the way, I hate to tell you, but there's a water main broken on Adams, so you gotta stay in Washington.
Oh, fucking Christ, man.
It's not that big a deal, alright? Enough with the agita.
No, look. That's not even the point. The point is their slogan is 15 minutes could save you 15% or more by switching. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a slogan, it's not a promise. And I have to say, I believe the operative word in that slogan is could. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on your car insurance.
Well, they keep going on and on about it, and I'm just telling you, you may not realize this, but people are angry about it. So, they should have to deduct a point for every minute over the initial 15 it took to complete the call. So therefore, logically speaking, 30 minutes should get the customer 30%. That's all I'm saying.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
You know what? Forget it.
Well, don't forget it. What do you mean? What are you talking about? How's that not make any sense?
Okay. Well, you know what? We got you with the fucking magnifying glass over here. I mean, this is business. You got any idea the bankroll these people got? I mean, we're talking huge deals. Major fucking dollars. It's a situation where everybody involved knows the stakes, okay? You, me, everybody. They're out to make a buck. So they get on TV. They shake a stick. They do a dance. And we go for it. Why? Because it's catchy. And mostly you got no choice. You gotta get your car insurance from somebody. Remember, the big fish always eat the little fish. That is the law of the jungle.
Oh, Jungle, what did you watch National Geographic last night? Chris, I got a sense for business. I know what I'm talking about, okay? I'm just simply taking issue with the fact that the company can put their gecko on every commercial break, they put the caveman on every billboard, and they put who knows what else on radio, and in print, and in online. And you know what else? They're making a promise to the people. And not only is this company not delivering on their promise, they're insulting us.
They're insulting us.
Yes, it's an insult. And you know what? I hate to tell you, you're the last person I would want perpetuating it, because the whole thing is basically predicated on bullshit. Look, the way I got it figured out, these people, they're nothing but a bunch of butchers. They clock in, the body parts start flying everywhere, they clock out. I mean, they're just doing a job for money. The whole thing's total bullshit.
You want to know why they don't run the TV ads with the caveman anymore?
Go on, fire away. I'm listening.
Now, they love the caveman. People love the caveman. My mother, God rest her soul, the woman hated all television commercials, but even she loved the caveman. What's not to love? You got the caveman with the big head and the thick skull. Now, they had their own geniuses. People forget this. Just take a look at a cave painting. That's besides the point. Now, that Trogdolite resulted in one of the greatest ad campaigns in the history of television marketing. But they had to get rid of the caveman.
Oh, yeah?
The caveman was offensive.
Offensive to who?
To cavemen, cave people.
There are no cavemen.
Cave people.
There are no cave people.
No, I realize this. But if there were cave people, the ad would be offensive to them.
That's not why they got rid of them, okay? No way.
Jeremy, I'm telling you.
That's a myth, okay? Would you stop?
Swear to God.
You swear to God? Okay, illuminate me then. Who complained?
What are you talking about, who complained?
What am I talking about? Well, they didn't just get rid of one of the most successful ad campaigns in the history of the world because they thought it might offend cave people. What fucking idiot would do that?
Of course somebody complained. It's like an Olympic sport right now.
Yeah, so somebody complained.
Yeah, on behalf of the cave people.
Yeah, so somebody complained on behalf of the cave people.
Yeah, I agree with you. What's your point?
What's my point? Okay, I just have one question. You answer me this, and it's gonna settle it for good, Chris. All I'm wondering is, who would do such a thing?
I have no idea.
Okay, let me ask you this. Would you ever do something like that?
Not likely.
Okay, would anyone you know do something like that?
Not likely.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you this question. Who, in their right mind, rings up the FCC in the middle of the evening and goes, "Excuse me, I'm watching this television commercial with my family. Oh, and just for the record, nobody in my whole entire family is a Neanderthal. But we just feel like it unfairly maligns the Neanderthal population, and so we just thought that you should know."
Jeremy, you'd be amazed. Yeah, I don't know anybody who'd do that. You don't know anybody who'd do that. But you gotta know that these people are out there, okay? And they are not your regular type people. You know, in every society, you've got your subversives. Detractors, really. Now, these detractors, they've got their own area of expertise. While you're out on some Sunday afternoon skimming leaves out of your pool, they're out there scheming. I mean, I just read a piece about how there are people right across the river in New York City who can make this kind of thing their full-time job. With enough time, that's a whole sector of the economy. And if you really think about it, I mean, who is Yelp for? The complainers. For good or for bad, they're out there. Believe me.
Okay. Hold the phone, though. I seem to recall so easy that a caveman could do it. Let me ask you a question, Chris. You ever actually transfer your auto insurance over the phone? It's all menus. Operator, you're lucky if you can talk to a human being. And you're supposed to accomplish this feat in 15 minutes? Chris, let me tell you something. You got a better shot of landing Madonna. And then they hit you with that double tagline, half of which we're aware is a complete lie. Of course this shit takes longer than 15 minutes, Chris, and we let them get away with it. But there's a little old saying too, what goes around comes around. It's not like I have anything personally invested in the company. I wouldn't buy any shares of Berkshire Hathaway. But I'm just curious, is that something that ever crosses your mind?
The big fish always eats the little fish. And let me tell you something. For the record, I could totally score Madonna. I mean, that's your pick for some unobtainable hot chick? No wonder it took you longer than 15 minutes. You are a fucking caveman.
Lots of stars, plenty of cars, a smile beam, a poor heartstring, where they say you might find your way. Yes,